If one day you wake up and realize nothing is under your control, not even your body, what would you do? This is exactly what happened to Rosemary. Imagine waking up in the middle of New York in a chic apartment with neighbors who are always smiling at her. This film is the most iconic and terrifying film in the history of Polish cinema, called Rosemary's Baby, directed by the controversial Roman Polanski.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness.
Hello, I'm Nima Valibeigi, a writer and director. And in this program, I want to talk about the film Rosemary's Baby, or Rosemary, by Roman Polanski. Imagine a time when films relied on monsters and intense gore, or even today's films with bizarre and frightening scenes, or, I don't know, characters jumping in front of the camera, which is called a jump scare, and many such things are scaring people. The film Rosemary's Baby brings us a strange and perpetual fear from the depths of everyday life, relying on one's inner self. Rosemary and Guy are two young people who move into an old apartment in New York. Their neighbors are an elderly couple who, according to Rosemary, seem peculiar. Eventually, Rosemary becomes pregnant, and a doubt arises within her. She becomes suspicious of her surroundings, wondering if these strange elderly neighbors have a plan for her baby. Everything starts from here. Do you think this doubt is real, or is it just a figment of Rosemary's imagination? Roman Polanski, with his first experience in Hollywood cinema, was able to create a very good film called Rosemary, which showed that with its confined space, suffocating apartment, and essentially limited framing and simple camera angles, it created the suffocation that needed to be present in this film for us, and showed that a director can act differently, even in Hollywood. Mia Farrow, playing the role of Rosemary, portrays a character who, despite having mental fragility and that leap, meaning a poisoned mind, along with a pure and innocent mind, shows how a character can be formed. Her brilliant performance, with her tone of voice, the tremor in her voice, and her body's fragility, truly demonstrates her brilliance in this role. But the role of the husband also shows how a character can transform from a very caring husband to a strange person. In my opinion, the overall performances in this film were so good that we had the believability we wanted for each character. And they showed everything to us very well, demonstrating an acting class by Mr. Roman Polanski, how it takes shape. Now, if we want to talk about the music and sound, Krzysztof Komeda, the composer of this film, has created an eerie lullaby for the beginning and end of the film, which I think is one of the strangest and, we could say, scariest lullabies in the history of cinema, or even in the world, even to this day. And this resulted in some places where we need music creating complete silence for us, and that ambient sound conveys the fear and suspense it intends to deliver perfectly. In our view, Polanski's trust in Krzysztof Komeda was very well established here, and we can see the result now. If we want to make a general analysis of Rosemary's Baby, we can say it's about women in the horror of the 60s and 70s who fundamentally lacked control over themselves, meaning control by people like doctors, husbands, etc., and the paranoia that arises, for example, during pregnancy. Thinking about that lack of control over their own bodies, suddenly they went a bit crazy. That lack of control over their own bodies during pregnancy causes this duality to form, which becomes somewhat difficult for them. In my opinion, this film could have an analysis and a subtext related to this story. Now we want to talk about some very prominent points of a film especially about Mr. Musset, William Fraker, the cinematographer of this film, who, despite using very simple techniques, created an eerie and suffocating atmosphere for us. In my opinion, this Roman Polanski film is also one of the strangest films by Roman Polanski. It's one of the films that, for the first time in the history of cinema, shows us the devil in a visual form. Imagine for the first time someone dares to depict the devil. Well, I hope you enjoyed this program. Don't forget to leave us a comment about which movie you want us to talk about, and if there's any part of a movie you know that you need us to analyze for you, definitely leave us a comment. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, as I said, subscribe again and share the video with your friends. Take care of yourselves, and let's watch more good movies together. Goodbye, take care. Goodbye, take care.